According to God. According to God, the white man is the devil. See, I've been in here for a little bit. You know what I'm saying? And I see niggas, they like to talk a lot. They like to claim leadership. They like to claim this and that. You know what I'm saying? They like to be above what they really is and have authority. They don't really need that authority. They don't really know what to do with their leadership. You understand? The whole hands with this white ass need to stop the ass shit. Give a damn what you talk about. Don't give a fuck what you believe, nigga. Gotta stand up and serve my God. We'll pray on our knees, nigga. Yeah. See, everybody ain't with all that peace talk. Everybody ain't with all that bygone. Boy, the ass shit stop the ass shit. Profits, my nigga serious. Boy, when they hit us with dope and kill us with crack, where the fuck with your leaders? I'm curious. You cashed out on your blood, traded you in and bought a new biz. Ask you the prophets, I tell you the scheme. If you don't wake up, you gon' die in the dreams. I tell you once, won't tell you no more. I swear these crackers try to kill us slow. Just spoke to a nigga and fed me up for parole because of the COVID. It feel like the host in this world and don't go together. Knowing it's golden and ghetto. I'm in the city blazing with my niggas. Just told the devil the skull never settled. See the prophets. Sometimes turn the AC down a little bit. You know, you respect my religion, I respect your religion. Boy, your ass need to stop the ass shit prophets. You know, that we all come together.
Just turn it down.
God sold up the world. God sold up the world. And boy, your ass need to stop the ass shit.
No, down.
Don't give a fuck what you believe. Nigga, stand up and serve.
Yeah, it's hot.
God. We'll pray on our knees, nigga.
Come on, it's hot.
Yeah. Hey,
we don't pray on our knees.
65. You know what I'm saying? Boy, you got that man shit. Wrong, step outside of the show. Fake niggas stay silent.
In the room.
I ain't taking no loss. Ain't no talking, but we got the flow. Ain't no peace, just cabbage up. I'm gonna be low to the right arm. Tell him we can't keep slave.
Never let bygone be bygone.
Baby mother on high. Baby pass through the fire. Ask you the promise. That baby so below to the Lord. I dare your body. Never will fail you, bitch. I can afford it. I can piss on you, bring me my water. Push your leaves weak, let them lies slip through their teeth. The ass need to stop the ass you the promise.
That's just the reality, Christians. I'm sorry to hurt your feelings. I know your pastor lied to you every Sunday for 30 years. That's why it exists to lie the money out of your pockets.
Boy, ass need to stop it.
Ass you the prophet.
What you talk about? Don't give a fuck what you believe, nigga. Gotta stand up and serve my God.
We don't pray on our knees, nigga. We don't pray on our knees, nigga.
Gotta stand up and serve my God.
We don't pray on our knees, nigga. Shalom, shalom, Israel. This is I.S.U.P.K. Started out at 1 West 125th Street under Commanding General Yohana. Started out since 1969, and we've been teaching that Blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans are the true Israelites according to the Bible. And that's what we're going to get into today in our history class, that the Bible is Black and Hispanic history, man. That's what we're going to get to. I am Officer Kabar. Joining me is my trooper Ayalawan. And we're gonna get into the Bible is Black history, because that's what nobody understand, man. They don't understand that the history of Blacks and Hispanics and Native Americans is found in the Bible, man. We are a great and mighty nation. We've been a great and mighty nation under the Most High and under Christ. We've been a great and mighty nation, and we're gonna prove that today, man. We're gonna show y'all where we went wrong. By defying the Most High, and we're gonna show you when when the Most High was on our side. That's what we're gonna show you. We're gonna show y'all, man. We're gonna break down Deuteronomy 28. But first, you gotta learn. First, you gotta actually figure out that all the men in the Bible that wrote books were actually black men or dark-skinned men. You know, dark-skinned people. They were black men, Black and Hispanic men. Right? One second, let me share this. They're actually Black and Hispanic men. That's who wrote the Bible, Black and Hispanic men. So in there's slang, like Black and Hispanic men, you know, we don't talk regular. If we speak, especially when we speak the oppressor's language, we don't talk regular.
Right.
We always talk in slang. That's what we talk, so one another can understand it. You know?
Damn right.
All right. Well, with that, let's jump right into it. Give me Jeremiah 14:2.
Khan. Jeremiah chapter 14 and verse 2.
Uh-huh.
Judah mourneth.
So Judah. Jeremiah 14:2. Sorry about that. It says Judah mourneth. Judah is synonymous for you Blacks, Hispanics, and Native American, man. We mourn. Why do we mourn? Go ahead.
And the gates thereof languish.
And the gates thereof language. So a gate is something that protects your house, your stock, right? So it's synonymous with leaders, right? Because our leaders languish. That's why we mourn. Start that over again.
Jeremiah chapter 14 and verse 2.
Mm-hmm.
Judah mourneth.
So Judah mourneth, man. Judah mourneth. So Judah is going to mourn because our leaders are languishing, right? So Judah mourn because our leaders are going to tell us to go vote, right? So right. That's something that we shouldn't do, because we shouldn't be integrating into the oppressor's country, man.
Right.
Our leaders are going to tell us that abortion is okay, right? That's you Christian pastors. They're going to tell you that you can abort that baby, you can leave that man, right? When really you shouldn't be leaving that. You shouldn't be having sex with that man if you don't plan on spending the rest of your life with that man. And the same thing goes for the fellas. If you don't plan on staying with that woman for the rest of your life, right? You shouldn't be having sex with that woman. Keep going.
Con. And the gates thereof languish.
And the gates thereof languish. So our leaders are languishing. That's why Blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans are mourning on the earth. That's why we get shot down, because our leaders are languishing. They're not telling us the truth. They're not telling us that we are a great, mighty nation, that we need to keep the law, statutes, and commandments. Right? Right? They're languishing. Our leaders are under the oppressors' religions, such as Christianity, such as Islam, such as Pan-Africanist, right? They're under their oppressors' religions. So how can they tell you? So how can they tell you who you are if they believe they're something else? They don't even believe that they're the children of Israel. They believe they black, or they believe that they're African American. You know what I mean? Why does our nationality change every couple of years?
Right.
Huh? Because it was African American, but now it's Black America. They got something called Afro America. They don't know what you are. They just want to subject you to every proverb and every proverb underneath heaven that the oppressors give us. That's what they want to do, because they don't understand that we have our own nationality and our own bloodline and our own language and our own everything. We have food, our own food that we eat, our own holidays that we celebrate. That's what they don't understand. Keep going.
They are black unto the ground.
So the subject matter, started over one more time.
Con. Jeremiah chapter 14 and verse 2.
Uh-huh. Judah
mourning.
So Judah mourning. So you Jews are mourning. You Blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans are in mourning. We get shot down by our oppressors. They put their knee on our neck they put a knee on George Floyd's neck for 9 minutes. So we're mourning out here. This actually happens. We're actually out here mourning. You know what I mean?
Right.
Out here in Texas, we just had a power outage and water outage, right? Right, for damn near a week because the winter storm. While the oppressor is in Cancun, Mexico, he's out there doing vacationing with his kids, right? Right, while your child has no heat and no water.
Right.
We're mourning.
Yeah, and meanwhile, the whole downtown skyline lit up.
Yeah, the whole downtown skyline is lit up. Over there, Stone Oak they didn't lose no water and they didn't lose no power.
Damn.
They didn't lose no water. They didn't lose no power. I had conversations with them, man. They didn't lose no power. They didn't lose no water. But yet the east side and the west side ain't got no power, no water. They got to relocate. Why they shut off our water and our power? Right? Keep going, huh?
Con. They are black unto the ground.
So the subject matter is the Jews, right? Judah, right? You blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans. That's the subject matter. They said you are black unto the ground. You are black. You are different shades of the earth. You are black. But that's also black is also descriptive, showing that you don't have your own land. You don't have your own God to worship. You have to worship other gods, right? We have to worship other gods. That's what we have to. That we don't have to do it, but that's what we do here because our leaders are not showing us the right images of the Most High and the right images of Christ. That's what's going on here. That's what's going on here. And every time you ask a Christian pastor or a Christian about the color of Jesus or is Jesus black, it don't matter what color he is. How it don't matter what color he is. Using that same notion, right? If right now they come out and say Malcolm X was a white man, everybody have a fit about it. So why aren't you like that about your king, man, Yahushua?
Right.
Why ain't you like that about your king Yahushua? He wasn't a so-called white man. He was a black man, you know. And we're gonna get that in a couple of scriptures. Is that it on that? No, that's some more, right? Keep going.
And the cry of Jerusalem is gone up.
And the cry of Jerusalem is going up. So you blacks and Hispanics and Native Americans are crying out there. We hear you. We hear you crying out there. We're crying with you. We crying with you. Every time a brother gets murdered for no reason, we cry. Every time a sister gets murdered for no reason, we cry. Every time a sister goes down there and aborts her baby, we cry. Because we feel that, man. Because we are under the oppressor's foot, we are under the oppressor's foot together. When they separate our children out down there at the border, right, with those Hispanic brothers, they separate the mother from the children and the mother from the husband, right? We feel that. We feel that. That's why. Give me Ecclesiastes 7:7.
Con on one con.
That's a wise man. The wise man makes oppression. Oppression makes a wise man mad. Yeah. We are all together in this. So when one suffer, we all suffer.
I got it.
Let me get it.
You said Ecclesiastes.
I said Ecclesiastes. I keep up. I know I do that a lot.
No,
but
I'm on it.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, no, I don't know. Ecclesiastes chapter 7, verse 7.
Mm-hmm.
Surely oppression maketh a wise man mad.
So it says, surely oppression maketh the wise man mad. So if you're wise out here, you're going to be upset because we go through oppression a lot.
Damn right.
My brothers, we're upset just like you upset. Israel, just like everybody upset. The I.S.U.P.K is upset, just like all blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans are upset. Angry.
Rightfully so.
Yeah, it's righteous anger. It is a righteous anger, but we don't sin over here in this I.S.U.P.K. But we're angry. We angry. Sometimes you got to go out, man, and yell to the top of your lungs. Yeah, we angry, Israel. Yeah, oh yeah. There's more on that. Keep going.
And a gift destroyeth the heart.
And a gift destroyeth the heart. You know what that gift is? You know what that gift is, black man, Hispanic man? That gift is food stamps. That's a gift. It destroys your heart because now you're talking about, oh, well, at least they feed us, right? That stimulus check is a gift. And it destroys when you angry in your heart, they give you a little bit to subside your anger just for a little bit. Because that old $600 don't go nowhere. That $1,200 didn't do nothing. This old $1,400 that they trying to give us ain't gonna do nothing. It ain't gonna do nothing. And for blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans, man, it ain't gonna do nothing but go on drugs. That's what it's gonna go on. And the new Jordans.
Damn shame.
And the new Jordans, that's what it's gonna go on, man. And we don't need to be spending our money on that. We need to be spending our money on supplies. Because what if they cut off our power and our water again? That's what we need to be spending our money on.
Right.
Man.
Get a generator.
Get a generator, man. What about the medicines and stuff? Because COVID-19 still out here. It's COVID-20 now. They said they got a new strain. COVID-20 still out here. So we need to get medicines. We need to get stock up on bottled waters when it come back out. That's what we need to do. We don't need to be worried about they food stamps, even though we know food stamps do help. You know, food stamps
don't let it destroy your heart.
Yeah, food stamps do help, but don't let that destroy the heart, man. If they give you food stamps, yeah, we deserve it. You should give us more than just food stamps.
Right.
You should give us more than just food stamps. Is that it on that? Let's go back to Jeremiah 14:2 because we wasn't done.
Start from the top.
Yeah, go ahead.
Jeremiah chapter 14, verse 2.
Mm-hmm.
Judah mourneth.
It says Judah mourneth. You blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans are mourning out here. We are crying every day. We're mourning. We are feeling bad. We're feeling bad. That's why we try to get tattoos so we can cheer up.
Right.
You know what I mean? That's why we go buy the new Jordan so we can act like we don't like we ain't got like we got it. Right. That's why we got to get the expensive car so we can act like we got it. Knowing we ain't got it. Knowing we broke. Keep going.
And the gates thereof languish.
And our leaders are languishing. Our leaders ain't looking out for us. They looking out for themselves.
Right.
They looking out for the next dollar. That's why you go to church all the time and they tell you about the law of tithing, right? But they don't tell you about no other law in the Bible. That's what they do, man. They always want your money, man, so they can put their kids through college. Well, how come they don't give you no money to put your kids through college? You the one that's feeding them, man. Everybody go to church and give money, but then when something happen, they need more money and they not giving you nothing, nada. Keep going.
They are black unto the ground.
They are black unto the ground. So the Jews are black. You blacks, Hispanics, Native Americans, y'all black, right? And the black is also a descriptive word, meaning at a low state in the earth. Keep going.
And the cry of Jerusalem is gone up.
And the Most High hear our cries, man. Every time somebody's murdered, the Most High hears it. Every time they cut off our power and our water, and we gotta and we stuck out, the Most High sees that, man. The Most High hears that, and the Most High gets angry with vengeance. Because how dare they treat the children of Israel like this? His chosen seed, his chosen people. How dare they treat us like this? But they treat us like this. And they've been treating us like this for the past 2,000 years. For the past 2,000 years, when they came, especially when they came in 70 AD and destroyed Jerusalem. Next, give me Song of Solomon 1 and 5. Because what are we showing? We're showing that the real Jews are black, like Nick Cannon said, but they made him come take back his statement. I.S.U.P.K not taking back no statements. The real Jews are black, man. The real Jews are black. What's the problem with saying that? What's the problem with saying the real Jews are black? Because we giving blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans something to live about, man. Not always talking about they ready to die, but telling them they like giving them something that's saying that they ready to live, man.
That's heavy.
That's what we doing. That's what we're out here doing. We telling blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans that they the greatest thing on this planet. That's what's saying that the Jews are black. So if the Jews are black, who is these other so-called Jews? Right? Who are these other so-called Jews? They the synagogue of Satan. You got a Song of Solomon 1 and 5? Go ahead, man. Let me see.
Song of Solomon, chapter 1, verse 5.
Yes.
I am black.
I am what?
Black.
Spell that.
B-L-A-C-K.
So that's what Solomon said. Solomon said he is black, man. He's a black man. That's what he said. He's black. Keep going.
But comely.
But and beautiful and handsome. You know what I'm talking about? He is comely and handsome. He is black and handsome. That's what Solomon said. Start that over.
Song of Solomon, chapter 1, verse 5. I am black, but comely.
He's what?
Black, but comely.
He's black and handsome, man. That's the kind of pride we gotta have in being black, man. That's the kind of pride we gotta have, man. Is being black and beautiful, black and handsome. Black woman, you is beautiful, most beautiful thing on this planet. Hispanic woman, you the most beautiful thing on this planet. This ain't hate speech. This is love speech.
Damn right.
We got so much love for Blacks, Hispanics, Native Americans. We can't love nobody else.
I like that because it's like, if I could.
Go ahead.
In all of our music, we, with confidence, state to our women, look at me, I'm fly, I'm right here. I look good, right? It's like, I am black, but beautiful. Oh, ye daughters of Jerusalem. He's like letting them know, like, hey, honey, this is me. I'm right here. Come holler. I'm about to holler at you. I'm about to. He's spitting game right here. Like, this is bars right here. You know what I'm saying? Like, this is real.
You know what I mean? This is game. He said he's spitting game. You heard that?
Yeah.
You heard that?
Audio music says the same thing.
Right.
If there's one thing that can distract you from mourning, is spitting game to some females. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Like,
and your music, black man, Hispanic man.
The Song of Solomon. This is literally a song, right?
Right. The Song of Solomon. That's what we in. The Song of Solomon.
Yeah, we do that. That's us.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I feel that now start that over again. We're gonna start that over again because we're gonna Blacks, Hispanics, Native Americans. Y'all gotta get this through y'all head, man, because they had they did a test, right, on kids about the black doll and the white doll, right? And the black kids chose the white doll. And they said they chose the white doll because the white doll is beautiful and the black doll is ugly. That's what they said. So all you parents out there, man, start getting y'all daughters the black doll.
Yeah, right.
Leave the white doll alone. Leave Barbie alone.
Get a brown one. Shit.
You know what I'm talking about? Get LaQuisha. That's what we do. Get the LaQuisha doll.
Get that Dora the Explorer.
Yeah. You know, get LaKeisha. That what y'all do. Get you know what I'm talking about? Get Shawanda doll. Get that doll. We don't want no Barbie doll. We don't want that doll. That is weird anyway. They look weird. Just like the oppressors. They look weird. All right, let me get
chapter 1, verse 5. I am black.
He said he is black. Solomon was a black man, and King David is his daddy, so obviously King David must be a black man, right?
Right.
And then Christ is his ancestor, man, or ancestor. Yeah, he's gonna be he's gonna come later on in the line, but it's gonna be his ancestor, man. Right. So he must be black. And then John the Baptist is John the Baptist is Christ's cousin, so he got to be black too, right? We just putting the pieces together for you, right? His ancient ancestor Moses was a black man, right? Keep going.
But comely, O ye daughters of Jerusalem.
It says, "O ye daughters of Jerusalem." Keep going.
As the tents of Kedar.
The tents of Kedar. Kedar is how you say black in Hebrew. So he's darker than dark. Keep going.
As the curtains of Solomon.
As the curtains of Solomon. What's the curtain? The curtains keep out the sun rays. So he's dark. You know how black folks like it in their house. They like it dark. So they put the curtains up and they make sure it's black.
No
so he's black.
TV
no glare on the TV or nothing. He's black. But he called himself beautiful. That's what he called himself, man. Solomon called himself beautiful, comely, handsome, black and handsome. All right, man. Give me Acts 13:1, because this goes in the New Testament too. Did you know that the word that nigger was actually in the Bible? Did y'all know that?
They didn't know that.
No, they didn't know that. But we finna get it for you. We finna get it for you, because before we go into the actual history of Blacks, Hispanics in the Bible, right? We gotta deprogram y'all from thinking that all the angels is white and Christ is white and everybody in the Bible is white. No, all these is black men, man. No, not yet.
Okay. Acts chapter 13, verse 1.
Uh-huh.
Now there were in the church that was at Antioch.
Uh-huh. So in the church at Antioch, right? The Blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans, or the Israelites that was at Antioch. That's what the church is. The church is those gathering of those Israelites. Keep going.
Certain prophets and teachers.
There were certain prophets and teachers that was teaching. Just like I'm teaching now, there was certain prophets that back then that was teaching in the church at Antioch. Keep going.
As Barnabas.
Barnabas is one. Keep going.
And Simeon.
And Simeon was another one. So they giving they giving records, they giving names about the brothers that was teaching out there in Antioch. Keep going.
That was called Niger.
That was called what?
Niger.
That was called what?
Niger.
All right. Well, Niger, the word nigger just comes from the Latin word niger. That's how you say it in Latin. You got the definition?
Oh my God, I'm almost right there. Let's see.
Because it's just a pronunciation. It doesn't mean anything but black or black face. You know what I mean? That's all it means. Quit putting the mysticism on words, man. That's all it means. And then the white man came, seen that, and took that and ran with it. Yeah. Why? I know what it's saying.
I thought you wanted to show the camera. It's like
No. We don't use show the camera. They take our word for it.
Come. The word Niger in the Zondervan Bible Dictionary means black.
It means what?
Black.
The word Niger just means black. This is how. And what's the book name? What are we reading out of?
We're reading out of Zondervan Bible Dictionary.
We're reading out of the Zondervan Bible Dictionary, and the word Niger just means black. The Edomites wrote this, man. The oppressor wrote this. The oppressor knows this. How come you don't know it?
Right.
How come we don't know it, Israel? Because what's that word? What's that Proverbs? If you want to hide anything from a nigga, put it in the book. Put it in the book, and that's all it means. That's all. That's what it says. Black. So that's what Niger mean. So they were called what?
Niger.
So they were called Niger. So that Simeon and Barnabas in Antioch was just called black. That's what it's called. We're gonna replace that word Niger with black. That's all it means. All right, scratch that. Give me Revelations 1 and 13. Matter of fact, give me Revelations 1 and 1. Now we're gonna get what Christ looked like. Man, I wish I had a picture of Caesar Borgia, but I don't wish I had a picture of Caesar Borgia. Right. Nobody wants that in their house. Because we'll do strike 1 and strike 2 and strike 3 on them like baseball.
You got a little something for it.
Yeah. We don't want Caesar Borgia in his house. We don't want Caesar Borgia around us, but we have to have that picture for learning purposes. It's just for learning purposes. Keep going.
Revelation chapter 1, verse 1. The revelation of Jesus Christ.
So this is the revelation of Jesus Christ. What's the root word in revelation?
Reveal.
To reveal. So this is the revealing of Jesus Christ. The revealing of it. Why do you have to be revealed? Because there's an imposter somewhere saying that Christ is a white man. There's an imposter somewhere. So why do we have to reveal it? Because it has to be a revealing of it. Because we have to show you that Christ was a black man and not a white man. You go ahead, jump down to. Oh no! Is that it on that first one?
There's a little more.
Keep going.
Which God gave unto him. To show unto his servants.
So he gave the revealing of Christ to show unto his servants, man. So how come the Christian pastor don't be saying this if he's a servant of God, right?
Sir.
Because he ain't no servant of God, man. He's a servant of Baal, man. He's a servant of the devil. That's why he got the devil up there on the picture when you go to church. Always got Caesar Borgia up there. But he ain't got the true image of Christ, right? The true image of Yahushua Mashiach. And if it didn't matter what color he was, why would they leave this in the Bible? Give me is that it on that first scripture?
Come.
All right, let me get the 1 and 13.
Revelation chapter 1, verse 13.
Mm-hmm.
And in the midst of the 7 candlesticks,
right,
one like unto the Son of Man.
Hold up, man. Hold up.
Son of Man.
Because I want to get the context of it, because everybody always says it was just a vision. It was just a vision. Ain't no vision, man.
Daniel?
No. They say this is just a vision, but this ain't no vision. Give me 1 second. I think it's verse 10.
Same chapter?
Okay. Yeah. Is this verse 10?
I don't want to come.
Go ahead.
Revelation chapter 1, verse 10.
So this is the revealing of Jesus Christ, right? He said the Most High showed it unto his servants, right?
Right.
Keep going.
I was in the spirit on the Lord's day.
So he was what?
In the spirit on the Lord's day.
So he was in the spirit on the Lord's day, you know what I'm talking about, which is the Sabbath day.
Right.
He was in the spirit on the Sabbath day. He was feeling the vibes. He was feeling good, thinking about the Most High, loving the Most High. And then I think at this time, John the Revelator was in jail. He was in jail in the spirit.
Right.
Keep going.
And heard behind me a great voice.
So he heard behind him a great voice. He was in the spirit. Then he heard behind him a great voice. Keep going.
As of a trumpet.
As of a trumpet. That means he was loud, man. It was loud. Just think about New Orleans, the jazz bands. It was loud.
Right.
Keep going.
Saying, I am Alpha and Omega.
That's what he said. Oh, I am Alpha and Omega, right? The first, right. I am Alpha and Omega. Keep going.
The first and the last.
Because Christ was. Go. Keep going.
And what thou seest, write in a book.
So it said, it told John, what did you see? Write in a book. So John was in the spirit on the Lord's day, and he heard behind him. It wasn't no vision. He was awake, and he heard behind him. Boom. And then.
Right. He like say, see this?
Yeah. You know what I'm talking about? He heard behind him like, oh, you know what I mean? And he started looking like, what? And it said, I am Alpha and Omega, the first and the last. And what thou seest, write in a book. That means take a record of this. And if you tell anybody, hey, write this down, that means it must be important, right? Keep going.
What thou seest, write in a book, and send it unto the 7 churches.
Yeah, and send it unto the 7 churches. Keep going.
Which are in Asia, unto Ephesus, and unto Smyrna, and unto Pergamos, and unto Thyatira,
right,
and unto Sardis, and unto Philadelphia, and unto Laodicea, or some shit like that.
Laodicea.
Laodicea. That sound like a black name, doesn't it?
Yeah, it sounds like a black name.
Oh, we all know Philadelphia.
It sounds like, it's in Philadelphia. We know Philadelphia black. We know that, right? If you go to Philadelphia now, it's niggas.
Yo, I'm going to Smyrna.
Salakia, but it ain't nothing but black folk up there.
Ain't nothing but Niger out there, bro.
Right, and Hispanics too. Keep going. Well, Hispanics are black. Keep going.
And I turned to see the voice that spake with me.
So then he turned to see, like, who is this talking to me? Right? Because he's in a jail cell by himself, but then all of a sudden there's talking. You know what I'm talking about? Telling him to write down stuff, you know what I mean? And send him to the 7 churches and start naming those 7 churches. So he turned around and looked like, excuse me? So how is this a vision if he turned around and seen it? Keep going.
Man, that's heavy. And being turned, I saw 7 golden candlesticks.
He saw 7 golden candlesticks. I don't have. We're gonna get him in order.
Not 9 candlesticks.
Yeah, not 9 candlesticks, not 8. He saw 7 golden candlesticks. It's a menorah. That's what he's seen. Keep going.
And in the midst of the 7 candlesticks, one like unto the Son of Man.
So in the midst of the 7 candlesticks, he saw something like the Son of Man. Who's the Son of Man? Yahushua Mashiach, who the world calls Christ. That's who he's seen, man. He saw Yahushua Mashiach. Keep going.
Clothed with a garment down to the foot.
And he was bad. He had a garment all the way down to the foot. A bad garment, too. You know what I'm talking about? It was probably right and thick with wool. Keep going.
And girt about the paps.
And girt about the paps, meaning he had a belt. about the waist. He had a big war belt. Keep going.
With a golden girdle.
And it was a golden girdle. So he had a belt that was about the pouch, right? And it was golden. He had a golden belt. How many of us got golden belts? He had a gold belt. And it wasn't no belt that just had gold.
Right.
That was golden color. No, it was golden like the actual mineral gold. That's what it was. It was gold. You know what I mean? And if you know anything about old days and warriors, the golden girdle, right, was used to keep from people stabbing into your into your stomach, because that's where your organs and stuff.
Right.
That's where the important stuff is at. So it kept all that out. It's more like a shield, right, for your organs. Right. It was a golden belt, man. Christ had on a gold belt. Keep going.
Clothed with a garment down to the foot, and girt about the paps, with a golden girdle.
He had a golden belt. Keep going.
His head and his hairs.
Wait, it says his head and his hairs was. Go ahead.
Were white like wool.
So they were white and woolly, because they were white like wool. So they were white and woolly. It's giving a description of his hair texture, right? Who on the planet got woolly hair? Black people. Black people got woolly hair. Look at my beard, man. It's woolly. Black people got woolly hair. Keep going.
As white as snow.
And it was white as snow, right? Because the more they say, the more stress you get, the whiter your hairs get, right? Keep going. And I'm pretty sure Christ was stressed. He knew the end times. He knew the what was going on in the past, what's going on right now. He knew the future. I'm pretty sure he was stressed. Go ahead.
And his eyes were as a flame of fire.
Eyes was a flame as fire, because he was angry. He was angry. So Christ ain't coming back all happy with rainbows and what you call it, bunny rabbits and eggs and stuff like that. No, Christ coming back angry. When he cracked the sky, he's coming angry with angels, ready to do work. The Lord's work at that. Keep going.
And his feet like unto fine brass.
So he looked down at his feet, right? And if your feet and your face the same color, just like your hands and your face the same color, just like the rest of your body is all the same color, right?
Right.
Keep going.
As if they burned in a furnace.
He said it's fine brass. Brass is a derivative of brown, so it was brown. So he was a brown skinned man, right? And he read that part again.
And his feet like unto fine brass.
So his feet was like a golden color, like fine brass, like polished brass. Keep going, like a golden brown.
As
Keep
if
going.
they burned in a furnace.
Now, if you take anything and put it in a fireplace, it's gonna come out what? Black.
Yeah.
Dark, burnt. So Christ was a dark brown man. He was very, very dark, as if he burned in a furnace. And keep going.
And his voice as the sound of many waters.
And it's like a sound of many waters. Anybody has ever been to the Niagara Falls? It's very, very loud there, because water is falling and crashing and against stuff. So it's very, very loud. So Christ was not soft spoken. Oh yeah, the doors of the church is open. No. He was a loud, abrupt black man. That's what he was. He was loud. Yeah. How else are you gonna speak to crowds of 5,000 with no microphone, man? You gotta be loud.
Right.
You gotta be loud. Like I said earlier, like a trumpet. You gotta be loud. A trumpet and raving waters. So you gotta be loud, man. You gotta be loud, being a black man. Just like the niggas that be on the corner. Yeah, loud. Something happened loud. Trying to tell me Christ ain't black, man. How you gonna try to tell me Christ ain't black, man? It just said it right here, man.
Right.
Now we're gonna get into the good history of blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans. Give me Isaiah 1 and 3. We're gonna show you some correlations between black people and the people that's in this Bible. Blacks Hispanic. This is Black Hispanic history.
All right, I got it.
Isaiah, go ahead.
Isaiah chapter 1, verse 3.
Uh-huh.
The ox knoweth his owner.
So an ox is an animal, and he knows his owner, right? The ox is it ain't the smartest animal in the world, but it ain't the dumbest either. But he knows his owner. He knows who possesses him. He knows in the time of trouble where to go get relief. Keep going.
And the ass his master's crib.
And the ass, which means the donkey, his master's crib. So we black Hispanic, right? When we say, oh, when somebody call you, be like, what you doing? Oh, I'm at the crib. Where is that at? That's your domain, your household,
right? Where
you live at, right? If I say, man, I'm tired, I'm finna go to the crib. Where you going? You gonna go to your place of domain, where you live at. Take a nap, right?
Right.
If I say, man, hey, I'm having a party, come to the crib. What does that mean? Come to my domain. Come to where I reside.
Oh, you know what I'm saying?
Right? So it says the ass knows where his master's crib is. He knows where he lives. He knows where he has to go to get relief.
Right.
Keep going.
But Israel doth not know.
But Israelites, you Black, Hispanic, and Native Americans, we do not know. We don't know where to go get relief at. We think the relief is the Christian church or the Muslim mosque or where the Pan-African is, whatever, in Africa. That's what we think it is.
Right.
Right? That's what we think it is. We think our relief comes in the Prophet Muhammad or comes in Caesar Borgia, right? But it don't. That's not where our relief come in. And keep going on.
But Israel doth not know, my people doth not consider.
Read that one more time.
From top.
Nah, from my people does not know.
But Israel doth not know.
Us Black, Hispanic, and Native Americans, we don't know who are where we go to get relief.
Right.
We think our homeland is Africa, not knowing our homeland is Jerusalem. Matter of fact, give me that in Galatians 4:26. Let me read it with you. I know that's it right there.
You said 4:26.
Yeah, 4:26 Galatians. I know that's it, right? I know that's it, but I just want to make sure real quick. Oh yeah,
You want point?
I know.
I got it.
Go ahead.
Galatians chapter 4, verse 26. But Jerusalem, which is above.
Wait. So we talking about Jerusalem here, and it says, keep going.
But Jerusalem, which is above, is free.
Jerusalem, which is above everything, above all nations, above all cities on the earth. Keep going.
Is free.
And it is free. It is free. Keep going.
Which is the mother of us all.
Which is the what?
The mother of us all.
The motherland. That's the mother of us all. That's more than likely where the Garden of Eden was. That's where the beginning of life is. Right? So you Blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans, that's where we come from. Jerusalem. That's the mother of us all. Not Africa, man. It's not Africa. Africa is not the mother of us all. All right, now go back to Isaiah 1 and 3. All right, let's hold that and let's get Ham out the Bible. Because Ham is the progenitor of the African nations. But they're not the progenitor. We go no, in the Zondervan.
Oh, God.
Ham, remember?
Yeah.
I told you. I know. Because the Ham, yeah, because Ham is the progenitor of the African nations. Now let's see what the so-called oppressor put in the Zondervan Bible Dictionary that he don't want you to know, because if you want to hide it from him, hide anything from a nigga, put it in the book. Keep going.
This is from the Zondervan Bible Dictionary. The definition of Ham.
The definition of Ham. That's the third son of Noah. Shem, Ham, and Japheth. Shem, Ham, and Japheth.
The youngest son of Noah. Born probably about 96 years before the flood. And one of 8 persons to live through the flood.
Hold on, because only 8 people lived through the flood. Noah and his wife. Ham and Shem and his wife, Japheth and his wife, and Ham and his wife. That's only 8 people that lived through the flood. Only 8 people, man. Keep going.
He became the progenitor of the dark races.
The progenitor of the dark races. Keep going.
Not the Negroes.
Not who?
Not the Negroes.
So he's not the progenitor of the Negroes. That says what? Matter of fact, go back to progenitor of the dark races. Go back to that.
He became the progenitor of the dark races.
So he's where all the dark races came from. So they say, but the whole world was dark skinned. But he said that's what they want to hold fast to that lie. He said he's the progenitor of the dark races, right? Keep going.
Not the Negroes.
But not the Negroes. So you Negroes don't come from Ham. You Negroes don't come from Ham. But let's see what nations come from Ham.
But the Egyptians.
But the Egyptians, that's one African nationality. Keep going.
Ethiopians.
The Ethiopians, that's another African nationality. Keep going.
Libyans,
that's another African that's another African nationality. Keep going.
And Canaanites.
That's another African nationality. But Negroes, he said not the Negroes. But that's the rest of Africa, though. Is there any more on that?
That's it.
And that's it? Run through those names again.
Not the Negroes, but the Egyptians.
So just started the progenitor of the dark nations. Or the dark races.
He became the progenitor of the dark races.
So Ham is the progenitor of the dark races. Keep going.
Not the Negro.
But not the Negro. So where do you Negroes come from? Where do Negroes come from then if we don't come from the progenitor of the dark races? So it made a separation between Africans and Negroes. Am I confused? Because one point in time, that was our actual nationality, or what the oppressor called us in America.
Right.
Before we was colored, we was Negro. Then we was colored. Then we was black. Go ahead.
Salaki. Scientifically, you can't have a black child from 2 white parents. And if Noah was the progenitor of everybody that survived the flood, and the fact that he had to have been black because Ham was black, Shem was black, they were dark-skinned people.
They were all dark-skinned people.
Even scientifically, that has to be a fact.
Yeah, that's even scientifically that has to be a fact. Good point, Art. He said science. He brought out science. What they say? Well, what they say on Sonetter, you don't know the science. we just brought out some science for you.
The mathematics.
Yeah, we just brought out some science for you. Go back to progenitor of the dark races.
He became the progenitor of the dark races.
Right. So Ham became the progenitor of the dark races. Keep going.
Not the Negroes.
Not the who?
The Negroes.
Not the Negroes. Keep going.
But the Egyptians. Ethiopians.
The Ethiopians.
Libyans.
The Libyans.
And the Canaanites.
Name who's a Egyptian that's famous? Ramses, right?
Right.
Ramses was an Egyptian. He's not your people. What about Haile Selassie? He was an Ethiopian, right? He's not your people. Who's the Libyan? Who's the Libyan? Gaddafi.
Oh, Gaddafi.
Gaddafi, that's his name. He's not your people. And a Canaanite. Who cares? Canaanites ain't even around no more. I'm pretty sure that's the Mandingo tribes, though. That's them tribes that's, you know what I'm talking about, but they're not important. But what's important is not the Negroes. You right? So all those Africans over there, you're not part of those, because this is not the Negroes. And even Nelson Mandela came and said that he came when he went in front of the United Nations. He said he came for his people, and not the Negroes.
That's heavy too.
So, go ahead.
Command General Hanna recently had a debate with the Proud Boys,
right?
And in that conversation, the boys tried to bring up, well, it was black people that sold other black people into slavery.
No, they didn't say that. They said Africans sold Africans into slavery.
It's like, but with that same token, it's like that wasn't the same people,
right? And then General Mayak had to set them straight. That's not. It said he told him that Africans actually sold Israelites into slavery, and that's damn right.
Damn right.
That's damn right. I got a brother, and I won't sell him into slavery. I don't sell my brothers into slavery. Why would Africans do it? But you know who they will sell into slavery? Blacks, Hispanics, Native Americans. Matter of fact, we got that coming up. That's it on that scripture, right?
There's definition's good.
Yeah, the definition. Oh, my bad. My bad. The definition.
Isaiah 1 and 2.
Yeah, I want Isaiah 1 and 3 again.
Isaiah chapter 1, verse 3.
Yep.
The ox knows his owner.
So the ox knows his owner. Right now, the Most High is making a comparison between Israel and animals. And he said the ox knows his owner. He knows where to go when he hungry. He know where to go. When he needs something, he know where to go. Go ahead.
And the ass, his master's crib.
And the ass, meaning the donkey, his master's crib. So he knows where his house is, his domain, where he dwells. He knows where to go if he hungry, where to go get something to eat at. Keep going.
But Israel does not know.
Israel don't know where their house is. Israel don't know where to go if they're hungry. That's what he's saying. You Israelites don't know where to go. That's why we're all lost in Christianity. We're lost in Islam, and we're lost in Hitmotep, whatever that's called, Buddhism, Krishna, and all that. Egyptology. We're lost in all these many religions because we don't know where our God is or what our God is doing. Keep going.
But Israel does not know.
But Israel does not know. We don't know where our God is. We don't know where our relief is. If we hungry, we think going to the Christian church or going to the so-called white man or going to the Africans is getting relief. But that's not no relief at all. That's not going no relief at all. Because when we go to them and ask for something, we have to be second and subservient to their gods or what they worship or their religions or them. That's what we have to. That's what we have to do when we go to them, because we don't know where our master's crib is, or we don't know who our owner is. Hell, the Most High owns us. The Most High is who we go to in our time of trouble. Is there more on that?
My people doth not consider
you, and we don't even consider to be the greatest thing on this planet. We think it's okay to be equal when the Most High say that we greater than everybody else on this planet. That's what the Most High say. Give me that in Deuteronomy 7 and 6. I'm never going to get through this lesson. I'm never going to get through this lesson. It's all good. We got weeks and weeks and weeks. We ain't doing nothing but teaching the people until the Most High come.
Deuteronomy chapter 7, verse 6.
The
Lord did not set his love upon you, nor choose you, because you were more in number than any people.
No, that's not it.
Which one you looking for?
Deuteronomy 7 and 6. That was Deuteronomy 7 and 7.
Oh, sorry. Deuteronomy chapter 7, verse 6. For thou art a holy people.
You said what?
A holy people.
Holy comes from that word, from the Hebrew word quadash, meaning separate. So thou art a separate people. Keep going.
Unto the Lord thy God.
Unto the Lord thy God. So you're separate from everybody else, but you're with the Most High. Keep going.
The Lord thy God hath chosen thee.
The Most High has chosen you, Israel, Blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans. He chose you out of everybody on the planet. Keep going.
To be a special people.
To be a special people. So you're going to be special to the Most High. And you know that you're special because even after slavery and everything that they do to keep us down, they still can't keep us down, Israel. We still keep growing. We keep rising in number. And we keep getting more and more brothers in the I.S.U.P.K, teaching them their nationality and their history, man. Keep going.
For the Lord thy God hath chosen thee to be a special people unto himself.
Unto himself. So you're a special people away from everybody else to himself, to the Most High. The Most High wants you, nobody but you, Israel, Blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans. Keep going.
Above all people.
Equal to.
Above all people.
Above all people. So why are we trying to be equal and vote? Right. We shouldn't be trying to vote. We should be trying to be above all people, and we should act like it, Israel. Keep going.
That are upon the face of the earth.
And he said earth, not world.
Right.
He said earth, not world. So you're above all people that are on the face of the earth. So above Chinese people, Japanese people, East Indians, so-called white men, those Africans, Hawaiians, the Polynesian people. You're above all of them. Blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans, we're above all of them. And in saying that, can't nobody mess with us in the ring. Can't nobody. If you take blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans away from basketball, it'd be a boring ass sport.
Right.
Why does America win the Olympics? Because they got blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans running for them, right. Throwing the javelin, throwing the discus. That's why. Why does Usain Bolt so fast? Because he's an Israelite. He's the greatest thing on this planet. That's why. That was Deuteronomy 7:6. Give me Deuteronomy 1:1. Now we finna get into it. So let's see who Moses was talking to in Deuteronomy, right?
Right.
Keep going.
Deuteronomy chapter 1, verse 1. These be the words which Moses spake unto all Israel.
No, he only spoke it he spoke it to the whole world.
Unto all Israel.
So he spoke words to only Israel, right? All right, keep going.
On this side Jordan in the wilderness.
On this side of Jordan in the wilderness. Because in the wilderness, wasn't everybody wasn't there in the wilderness. It was only us. Blacks, Hispanics, Native Americans. It was only Israel that was in the wilderness. So what are we proving? That the Bible's not an everybody book, and that blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans are the Israelites. Keep going. Actually, jump down to 27:1.
You said chapter 27?
Yep. We're gonna stay in Deuteronomy. We ain't leaving Deuteronomy no more. Because now we finna get into some of these blessings and curses that the Most High said if we keep the commandments, He will bless us, and if He doesn't, He will curse us. Now we finna get into some of these curses because it was future then. Now it's history. You know what I'm talking about? But we talking about it in the present, right? That's how we prove that you blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans are the Israelites. Because back then it was supposed to be future tense. It was something that was going to happen in the future. But now it happened already. So now it's in our past. But we're talking about it right now. Keep going.
Right. Deuteronomy chapter 27, verse 1. And Moses with the elders of Israel.
Wait. Moses with the elders of Israel?
Right.
Right, with the elders. So Moses and the elders got together. Keep going.
Commanded the people.
And he commanded the people. He didn't ask. He didn't suggest it. These are the Lord's commandments. Keep going.
Saying, keep all the commandments.
He said, keep all the commandments. That's what Moses and the elders told you. Keep the commandments. But now, when our elders tell us something that we don't want to hear, we be like, oh, whatever, you old. You ain't got. No, man, we should have that respect.
That's when we had good gates.
Yeah, that's when we had good gates. That's when we had good leaders. You know what I mean? That's when we had good leaders that was telling us to do things correctly. Keep going.
And it shall be on the day when ye shall pass over Jordan.
Oh, wait. No. It says keep all the commandments. And it says which I command thee this day.
Oh, that was our last precept.
Yeah.
Keep all the commandments which I command you this day.
So that day he commanded you to keep all the commandments. Jump down to 28:1.
Deuteronomy chapter 28 and verse 1.
Yeah.
And it shall come to pass.
It said what?
And it shall come to pass.
So it shall come to pass, right? So he talking about in the future. It shall come to pass in the future. Keep going.
If thou shalt hearken diligently unto the voice of the Lord thy God.
So if you listen diligently unto the voice of the Lord thy God. So if you listen, right? If you listen, diligently, keep going.
To observe and to do all his commandments, which I command thee this day.
So if you listen and observe, which means like it's understand. If you believe, I mean, if you listen, if you hearken diligently unto the voice of the Lord thy God to observe, to understand, right? To understand why the Most High is telling you these things, right? To observe and to do all his commandments, right? Keep going.
That the Lord thy God will set thee on high.
Nah. Go back to Hell, start over.
Yeah. Deuteronomy chapter 28, verse 1. And it shall come to pass,
right?
If thou shalt hearken diligently unto the voice of the Lord thy God.
So it shall come to pass if you hearken diligently, right? Unto the voice of the Lord thy God. Keep going.
To observe.
To understand. So we read it slower, a little slower. All right. All right.
To observe. And to do all his commandments. Not some of his commandments.
Not a little bit of it. Not what you think is okay. It's all of his commandments. That's all of his commandments. And he commanded these things. He didn't ask. He didn't suggest it. He commanded these things. So if your father tell you, oh, when I get back, this house needs to be clean, you think he playing with you? So the Most High said when he tell you to do all of his commandments, right? You think he playing with you? Keep going.
Which I command thee this day.
Which he commanded thee this day. This day the Most High commanded this. I was finna cuss. So slack it. Well, he commanded it. He commanded it. He didn't ask it. He didn't suggest it. He commanded it. Like men with power do. Keep going.
That the Lord thy God will set thee on high.
That the Lord thy God will set you on high. Keep going.
Above all nations.
No, equal to.
Above all nations.
Above all nations. So you're going to be above the Chinese, the Japanese, the Chinese, the Japanese, the East Indian, the Iranians,
right?
The Pakistanians, the Arabs, Africans, Polynesians, Africans. You're going to be above all those nations. You're going to be above everybody that keep going.
Above all nations of the earth.
You're going to be above all nations that are on the earth, just like Deuteronomy 7:6 said. So if you kept God's commandments, you were going to be above all nations. You're going to be above everybody. You're going to dictate what they do. They won't be eating bat. They won't be eating they won't be bathing in cow's piss.
Right.
You know what I mean? They won't be eating pangolins. They won't be eating horses. They won't be eating shrimp, crab, lobster, pork. They won't be eating none of that because you'll be dictating it, black man, Hispanic man, Native American man. And when you at the top, you lead righteousness.
Right.
Keep going. Oh.
That's it for that verse.
Yeah. No. Jump down to 15.
Deuteronomy chapter 28, verse 15.
So 28:1, Israel said that if you did what the Most High said, right? If you hearken diligently unto the voice of the Lord thy God, right? He was going to set you on high. He was going to be above all nations on the planet. But let's see the flip side if you didn't keep God's commandments, which we never did. We never kept God's commandments. We never kept God's commandment. That's why we went into slavery in Egypt, went into slavery in Assyria. We went into slavery in Babylon. We went into slavery in Greece. We went into slavery in Rome. We went into slavery in America. Right? We was first in slavery in Egypt, and the Most High brought us out of that. Then he told us to do this and do that, and we still didn't do it. So we've been in slavery over and over and over and over again. That's why here in America, when we're in slavery or when they tell us to do something, we feel like it's okay. Oh, it's all right as long as they give us food stamps. Nah. We don't want your food stamps. We can band together and we can put our money together and go buy our own food and survive like we've been surviving. Keep going. Give me that. I'm sorry.
Deuteronomy chapter 28, verse 15. But it shall come to pass,
right?
If thou wilt not hearken unto the voice.
So if you don't listen, if it says not, so if it comes to pass in the future, if you don't listen, keep going.
Unto the voice of the Lord thy God.
So if you don't hearken unto the voice of the Lord thy God, right? If you don't do it, keep going.
To observe and do all.
To understand and do all. Keep going.
His commandments.
So if you don't understand, if you don't observe to do all his commandments, right? To do them. It didn't say observe. It didn't say observe and to know. It said observe and do all his commandments. Come on, Christians. Because y'all say the law is done away with. Come on now. It says if you don't listen and do the commandments. So it's not enough to just know the commandments. You have to do them. Keep going.
And his statutes.
And his statutes. Keep going.
Which I command thee this day.
Remember, he commanded it. He never asked. He didn't suggest it. He didn't say, "Oh, it's okay. It's okay if you don't keep my commandments." There's no free will. It's either you do it and you'll be blessed, or you don't do it and you will be cursed. There's no such thing as free will. He didn't say that. He said give you life or death. He didn't say they didn't say life, death, and in between. Keep going.
That all these curses.
All these what?
Curses.
Now, is curses a good thing or a bad thing, Israel? Because for some reason, when we say we have a generational curse, everybody thinks that's okay. But a generational curse is not okay. It's not okay to have a generational curse. It's not okay for your mama to have 5 baby daddies and then you come along and have 5 baby daddies, and then your daughter comes along and have 5 baby daddies. It's not okay for a man. It's not okay for a man to sleep with a woman and leave that woman, like his daddy did, and then his son sleeps with a woman and leaves that woman like his daddy did. That's not okay. It's not okay to have a generational curse, Israel. These things that we do is not okay. It's not okay for your daddy to be a drug dealer, then you to be a drug dealer, and then your son to be a drug dealer. That is not okay. It is not okay. Why does everybody think that's okay? It's not okay that your mama aborted your older sister, right? Then you come and abort your child, and now your daughter's aborting children. It's not okay. It's not okay. It's not okay. It's not okay. It's not okay that Martin Luther King integrated us into a burning house. It's not okay. It's not okay that Malcolm X was a Muslim worshiping Muhammad. It's not okay. It's not okay. Why does everybody think that's okay? It's not okay that the Christian pastor bows down to Caesar Borgia and pray to him before church. It's not okay. It's not okay that he wants that he comes and teaches you about the law of tithing, but don't teach you about the law of not eating pork. That's not okay. That's not okay. And when Christ comes back, man, if we ain't got ourselves together, man, he's gonna deal with us, man. And we don't want him to deal with us in a way that he wants to deal with, that he doesn't want to deal with us. We want him to deal with us in the way that he likes to deal with us, and that's giving us rulership under him. If he's going to be the King of Kings and the Lord of Lords, he puts us in rulership underneath him, and we should have slaves. I'm not building the next kingdom.
No.
You know, we built this one. I'm not building the next kingdom. Keep going.
All these curses shall come upon thee and overtake thee.
So all these curses, which is bad things, shall come upon thee and overtake thee. Let's get into some of these curses. We're going to show you that this is blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans. Give me the next verse. Give me 16.
Curse shall thou be in the city.
Wait. So curse shall thou be in the city. So right now in the city, we was just cursed the other day in the city. In the city, we didn't have no power, no water for about a week. For about a week, we was just cursed in the city. And we've been cursed in the city since we got let go from slavery. We was cursed in Black Wall Street because they came and destroyed that. We was cursed in Rosewood, Florida, because they came and destroyed that too. We was cursed in Durham, North Carolina, right? Because they put drugs all in that community. We was cursed in Seneca Village because they came and evicted everybody and put a park there. We've been cursed in Detroit. We cursed in Chicago. They call it Chirac. And it's what, like 80% black? Blacks and Hispanics, right? And they call that Chirac. Right? We've been cursed. We cursed in Houston. You know, we cursed in Houston because right now, Houston, crime is on the rise. Everybody got guns shooting each other. I was just watching the documentary about that the other day. Because I had nothing but time to sit in here because we just sit in here and watch my phone because we had no power and no water. But I was doing research. That's what I was doing. Oh yeah, I was doing research.
Yeah, right.
You know what I'm talking about? If you want to check out the documentary called Tears by the Bayou, that's what the documentary is called. And it's all about Houston gangs and how the crime rate is on the rise since Corona.
I'm gonna check that out.
Right, it can't even be a pandemic, and our cities ain't going on the rise in violence towards each other, man. Keep going.
And cursed shalt thou be in the field.
And cursed shalt thou be in the field. So we still curse in the field. Those Hispanic brothers still picking oranges and tomatoes for 49 cents a day. They still doing that. We was cursed in the field in slavery when we had to pick all that cotton, right? We cursed in the field too. We curse in the field now. And right now we go out there and go pick the cotton. We can't turn the cotton into fabric and make our own clothing. So we still cursed in the field. We are still cursed in the field. Doc. Give me the next one.
Verse 17. Cursed shall be thy basket and thy store.
Wait. Read that again, but stop at basket.
Cursed shall be thy basket.
Because if you go to the store, right? You go to the store. If you don't have food stamps, you don't have that little gift, you know what I'm talking about, that they be giving you, right? You in the basket, like, man, I need to put this back. I need to put that back. Everybody do it. I know we do it because I do it. I got to put that back. I got to put that back. I can't afford that right now. Jeez. That's cursed thy basket. Keep going.
Cursed shall be the fruit of thy body.
No. We still on 17.
That's like verse 17.
Cursed
shall be thy basket and thy store.
So when you go to the store, you picking stuff out like, I can't afford this, I can't afford that. So that's cursed in your basket. Now cursed in your store, and every black person knows this, that when you go to your local, I want to say HEB, but I'm addressing the nation. So when you go to your your local grocery store, your Kroger's, your Piggly Wigglies, they still have those.
Kmart.
Yeah, your Kmart, your Walmarts, your HEBs, right? When you go there, you have less fresh fruit than the other side of town where your oppressors stay at.
Just this past week, there was nothing on any shelf in any store.
At any store, right? So curse should be in the store, but you know what you do have? You have 2 aisles of sticky buns, man. You don't have the fresh food. You don't have the fresh meat like all the other HEBs, but you do have an aisle of nothing but sticky buns, man. That is cursed in the store, man, because they feed you the worst of the worst food, right?
Right.
But on the other side of town where your oppressors reside, they give them the best food, man. Fresh products, fresh fruit, fresh veggies. You don't have that. Organic food. You don't have that. But you do have 2 aisles, full aisles of sticky buns. Even by where I live, man, we got the smallest HEB, man, and we have less meats and vegetables and stuff like that. But we do have a full aisle of sticky buns, and Twinkies and donuts and oatmeal cookies and stuff like that. We all know this, Israel, because we didn't been to the other side of town shopping,
right? So
we know it's a difference. We know this, man. Y'all, we know this. So let's not act so ignorant to that fact. Okay. Hold on. I didn't lose my place. I know where I'm at.
Verse 22.
Yeah. Let me get verse 22.
Deuteronomy chapter 28, verse 22.
And this is something for you Hispanic and Native American brothers, because we all know about the smallpox epidemic that the so-called oppressor brought over here and gave y'all blankets filled with smallpox, right? Keep going. Go ahead.
The Lord shall smite thee with a consumption. And with a fever. And with an inflammation.
Yeah, man, that smallpox right there. That is smallpox right there. If the Lord don't know the future, man, he's telling you the future right here. But he's telling you in the future. It's now our history, but we're going to go over it today, man. That's what we're going over it. Keep going.
And with extreme burning. And with the sword. And with blasting.
Yep.
And with mildew. And they shall pursue thee until thou perish.
Now go back up. Go back with an extreme burning.
Come. and with an extreme burning.
Yeah, so when the Native Americans found out that they gave you blankets with smallpox, they didn't know what was going on, but they knew that they was burning and they had boils and and they had inflammation and fever. They didn't know where it came from, but they knew what they was going through. You know what I'm talking about? Now it's our history, so we already know where it came from, where it's going to. Keep going.
And with the sword.
And with the sword they came, right? Keep going.
And with blasting.
And when they came, they had guns. Pow, pow, pow. We didn't know what that was talking about. Now we know what it's talking about. But when they came, the Native Americans like, man, they came with blasting.
Right.
You know what I'm talking about? They came with blasting, like pow.
Swords
and cannon fire and shit like that. Like they ain't never seen nothing like that. Keep going.
And with mildew.
Keep going.
And they shall pursue thee until thou perish.
Until thou perish. Give me 25.
Verse 25. The Lord shall cause thee to be smitten before thine enemy.
So just like we were telling you, the Lord allowed it to happen. They didn't come and be great just because they're great. The Lord allowed it to happen. If the Lord wanted us to win that fight, we would have won it.
Right.
But the Lord allowed that to happen. Why? Because we didn't listen to the Most High God. We didn't hearken unto His voice. So we didn't keep His commandments that He commanded us. We didn't do it. So the Lord allowed another nation to come and take us over. He allowed them to give us smallpox. He allowed that. Keep going.
Thou shalt go out one way against them and flee 7 ways before them.
So you're going to go out one way before them. So you're going to go into battle one way before them, and you're going to flee 7 ways because you're going to be like, they got guns. Pow, pow. They got, what do you call it? Cannon fire. Poof. Poof. They blowing cannonballs at y'all, at us. Of course, we're not going to know what to do. We ain't never seen that before. We was over here alone by ourselves. Most warfare we ever seen was with each other, sword fighting, and you know what I mean? Bows and arrows, and so we wasn't really understanding about the firepower. Keep going.
And shall be removed into all the kingdoms of the earth. And
they should be removed into all the kingdoms of the earth. Did that happen? Yeah, that happened. Way of cargo slave ship, but what you don't know is that at the same time that they was taking us on cargo slave ships from Africa and Europe, right? Because all the slave ships didn't come from Africa. Some came from Europe too. But they came from Europe, right? The same way those Arabs was taking us all the way to China on the Silk Road, man. Look it up. It's called the Sub-Saharan Slave Trade. It's on the Silk Road. They was taking us all the way to China.
China.
Yeah, now there's niggas in China. They was taking us all the way over there, and I bet we go over there and try to find those Chinese Israelites. I bet you they in the ghetto.
Right.
I bet you they in the hood. I can almost bet all the money in my wallet, and it ain't much. But I can almost bet that. Ask the Chinese who finished building the Great Wall of China. You was gonna say something, Art?
I was saying, one time I knew this Chinese chick. She told me that the Chinese actually treat the darker skinned Chinese bad.
Yeah,
the lighter skinned Chinese.
Of course, they're gonna treat the darker skinned Chinese bad. Of course. Of course. So they have dark Chinese people?
Yeah.
Oh, they have black Chinese people.
I'm trying to say China's not Israel, but I'm just saying like
no. They have dark. They have dark Chinese people, so that gives away that doesn't. So that gives a stake to the heart to only Africans have black people, right?
Right.
Because there's dark Chinese people, there's dark Vietnamese, there's dark Koreans, there's dark-skinned East Indians, and there's dark-skinned Arabs. Some Arabs are darker than the black people in America.
Right. Yeah.
But they're not black. So how can all black people be the same if there's other people out here that's darker than black people, right? But they don't call themselves black. They know what nation they come from.
Oh, from no.
No, they know what nation they come from. They know if they're Arab. They know if they're East Indian. Just because they got dark skin does not make them black.
Right.
So for Kamala Harris, she is not black. She's not your people. Bob Marley is not your people. What's her name? Tierra and or Tia and Tamara Mowry, whatever it is, sister. They're not your people. Taj Mary's not your people.
Kind of weird.
Yeah. What's her name? Tracy Ellis Ross. She's not your people. You know what I mean? Her daddy's a so-called Edomite, so-called white man. Hey, it hurt my feelings, but hey, whatever. You know what I mean? Whatever. Keep going.
Wait, who are you talking about? Tracy Ellis Ross?
Yeah, Tracy Ellis Ross, the old girl that plays Joan on Girlfriends.
Tracy Ellis Ross.
And Blackish. You know what I'm talking?
Her.
Yeah, Tracy Ellis Ross. Yeah. I had to do some research, like, for real. She not, you know what I mean? She not my people, you feel me?
Rashida Jones black though, right?
Her what?
Rashida Jones.
I don't
She
know.
got black dad, I think, right?
I have no idea, man. Let's get back to these scriptures.
Kind of.
Give me the because we only gonna go a couple more minutes. We're gonna save the rest of it for next week, because next week I'm gonna get deep. We're gonna get deeper into it. We're gonna bring out books.
Already.
You know what I'm talking? We're gonna bring out books, and I hope I can get to the Hispanic brothers coming over, the Hispanic and Native American brothers coming over here in the Syrian captivity.
Are we on that?
Yeah, I so hope I can get to that next week.
What verse are we on?
We on 26.
Deuteronomy chapter 28,
Uh-huh.
verse 26.
Yeah.
And thy carcass.
Hold on. What is a carcass?
Dead body.
A carcass is what?
A dead body.
And so it says, and your carcass, black man, Hispanic man, Native American man, keep going,
shall be meat unto all fowls of the air.
So when you die, they're not gonna do nothing but the fowls of the air, like those what do they call? I want to say condors, right, and vultures, and hawks and stuff. They're gonna come and eat your dead bodies. That's what a carcass is. A carcass is a dead body, and they're gonna come eat your dead bodies. Keep going.
And unto the beasts of the earth.
Like the so-called pig, those what's those wild boars? Yeah, those wild boars are gonna come eat your body.
Tigers and shit.
Yeah, tigers and shit, but ain't no tigers in America. Is there? Ain't no tigers in America, but there is mountain lions. I don't know if mountain lions gonna come eat your dead body, but whatever beast that's gonna come eat your dead body, I ain't got nothing to deal with that. But you know what that do come into, right? When the blacks, when the so-called darker skinned Israelites, the Southern Kingdom was coming over here, you know, they was dying on each other, right? And so they was throwing them overboard, and that and they say when we was coming over here on the ships, that sharks followed the ships. So sharks was following ships, eating our dead bodies, man. They was eating bodies. That's what was happening, and it was a lot of dead bodies, man. It was over 99 million black, over died in the Middle Passage, missing, over 99 million. So how many blacks, Hispanics, or how many blacks did they really have on those slave ships? And also with the fowls of the air, they killed over 200 million so-called Hispanics. Over 77 million Native Americans, right? That's a lot of dead bodies. Right. And when they came, they murdered them. Hell, Thanksgiving was a day of murder, right? Those so-called pilgrims couldn't survive here in America because they didn't know how, so the Native Americans hooked them up. They showed them how to survive here. And then the next day, they murdered 2 million of them. It's a lot of killing. That's why the oppressor is the devil that the Bible speak of, because can nobody murder, rape, rob, and pillage like so-called white men?
Right.
They can't. It doesn't happen. Nobody does it like them. They're the best at it. They're the best killers on the earth. The best. People can try to keep up with it and try to tally it up. You know what I mean? And I don't like, it's crazy. And they call themselves Christian. Like, you man, go somewhere, man. Y'all worship the devil, man. That's what y'all do, man. Y'all worship the devil. Y'all can't be a Christian. Y'all can't be Christ-like. Y'all can't follow Christ.
Right.
For a so-called Edomite to follow Christ, man, you know what I mean? Because he always gonna show himself to be the devil. Always. We on 26 still. Keep going.
Come. And no man shall fray them away.
And no man shall come and be like, hey, stop that. That's, you know what I mean? Let's give these brothers a proper burial. Because instead of our brothers coming back giving us proper burial, they had to keep running, or it was gonna happen to them. They was gonna come and cannon fire and shoot bullets and all that with them. So they had to keep on the move too. They had to keep on the move also, man. Jump down to 29, man.
Deuteronomy chapter 28, verse 29.
Right.
And thou shalt grope at noonday.
Stop. Give me the definition of. I know the definition of grope.
Grope.
No, yeah, give me the definition of grope in your phone. Just Google grope.
All right. Definition for the word grope.
All right. You can't just type grope.
To feel about or search blindly or uncertainly with the hands.
So when it says you should grope, so you feeling about blindly. That means you wishing something was there that wasn't there with your hands. Keep going. Oh no, not the definition of the scripture. My bad.
And thou shalt grope at noonday as the blind slot.
And you should grope at noonday. So you should be looking in the middle of the day. Looking in the middle of the day. Like, I need this, I need that, I need that. Keep going.
As the blind gropeth in darkness.
Like the blind gropeth in darkness. If a blind man, right, is in the dark, does it matter? No, it doesn't matter. So you groping in the noonday, in the daytime, like a blind man gropeth in the darkness. So it doesn't matter what you're groping for. You're just trying to look for it. Keep going.
And thou shalt not prosper in thy ways.
And for Blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans, right? So when it says groping in the noonday, it really means like you're trying to vote, right? You're trying to go out and vote. You're trying to sell drugs.
Right.
You're trying to sell your box.
That's it.
Right? Because you're trying to grab things that don't matter. You're trying to go to this religion, that religion, Christianity and Islam and Egyptology. Right? It does, and all that doesn't matter. That's what it says. You would never prosper in your ways. You're trying to sell drugs. Never prosper in your ways. You'll never prosper in your ways trying to sell drugs and trying to sell that box and trying to do everything that's against the Most High.
Right.
Because Most High put this here upon you because you didn't listen to him in the first place. Keep going.
And thou shalt be only oppressed and spoiled evermore.
And you should be only oppressed and spoiled evermore. So you ever wonder why the woman that doesn't have a man, right, with kids, right, why she gets the food stamps without even asking, because they spoil you. They spoil you because you're in the wickedness. So they be like, yeah, you okay. But if you have a man, right, and trying to work with that man, they're not going to give you housing.
Right.
They're not going to give you food stamps. Mm-hmm. They're going to say, you got a man. Y'all need to work together. Right?
Rewarding your wickedness.
Yeah, they're rewarding your wickedness. You're spoiled.
Gift destroys the heart.
Yeah. And but really, you're oppressed. And you don't know that. Because they're giving you food stamps and they giving you housing. So really, you're oppressed. You're oppressed by these wicked nations. You know?
Come on.
Really, you're oppressed. I'll just put that on your mind. Keep going.
And spoiled evermore.
Uh-huh.
And no man shall save thee.
And no man shall be able to save you. So even in your wickedness, Martin Luther King can't save you. Malcolm X can't save you. They got this movie, Judas
and the Black
Messiah. Fred Hampton couldn't save you. And Fred Hampton, that's my man. That's my guy right there, man. Only 21 years old, man. And he was leader of the Black Panther Party in Illinois. That was my guy, and they murdered that black man for just trying to do something good for his community. And he said something like, and he was saying stuff like, we didn't go out and try and ask to get a food program. He said we went out and got one. Yeah, you know what I mean? Yeah, you know what I mean? Hey, Fred Hampton, that's my guy right there. You know what I mean? He said people learn by observation. You know what I'm talking about? So people learn by them getting a food program and not talking about one. Just like people, just like the people gonna know that the I.S.U.P.K is the truth because they're gonna see us in the streets feeding the people.
Right.
They're gonna see us in the streets. They're gonna see us in the streets teaching.
Yeah, right.
You know what I'm talking about? They're gonna see us in the streets giving away food giving away clothing to the homeless. They're gonna see us in the streets passing out flyers. They're gonna see us. Observation. They're gonna observate, and then they're gonna be like, these brothers right here is always in the time of need. They coming through always. So that's who they gonna join. They're gonna join the brothers that they see all the time that know they ain't just cutting the bull like the rest of these groups out here, the rest of these people out here. I.S.U.P.K is really about the Lord's business, man. Under Commander General Yohana, man. We're really about the Lord's business and the Lord's people. Keep going.
Verse 30. Thou shalt betroth a wife, and another man shall lie with her.
Whoa, so you're gonna betroth a wife, so you're gonna get you a wife, and another man's gonna lie with her. Did that not happen in slavery? Did that not happen, black man, Hispanic man? That's why a lot of these kids are light skinned. Did that happen or did that not happen, black man? Is that history? Keep going.
That should happen today. Nowadays, like crazy.
That shit happens nowadays like crazy. Good point, y'all. Keep going.
Thou shalt build a house, and thou shalt not dwell therein.
Wait, stop. The White House, right?
Right.
The White House was built by black men.
Right.
And not one black soul has been in there ruling or setting laws.
Man.
Barack Obama was not your people. Barack Obama know where he came from. Okay. Remember earlier in Isaiah 1:3, it said the ox knows his owner and the ass his master's crib, but Israel don't know. Barack Obama knew who he came from. He knew who his daddy was, what tribe his daddy was from, and he knew where his mama was from.
Right.
Now, let me ask you, black man, where your daddy from? Cleveland. Right. Baltimore. Oh, my daddy been living in Texas his whole life. Where in Texas? I don't know. Because you don't even know where your daddy at.
Yo, this scripture is heavy for the tribe of Issachar, too, man.
It's heavy for the tribe of Issachar?
Yeah, because how many houses have we built? Nice-ass houses. And then we gotta get in our old-ass truck, drive home, to a shack, you know what I'm saying? To the
barrios,
man. To the shack, you know what I'm
Give me some on that.
Yeah.
Give me some on that. That's what I'm talking about. See?
All the 10 and a half, you know what I mean?
See, that's heavy right there. That's heavy right there. How many of them plantation homes that the black man built and had to sleep in the shack outside, way over there, away from Massa.
Right.
But you building the big nice houses for them. Mm-hmm. Ooh-wee.
They're good at it too.
Right. And good at it too. Make good at it. Let's keep going on.
Thou shalt plant a vineyard and shalt not gather the grapes thereof.
How many times that happened to Black, Hispanic, and Native Americans?
Right.
Huh? How many times we had planted or something and we don't get the benefits of it?
Right.
All the time. It still happens to this day. So up to this day, Hispanic brothers be planting those tomatoes and those oranges,
right? And
they don't get no benefit from it. They don't get. I'm pretty sure they'd be like, "Oh, can I just take some oranges home to my family?" No, get back out there and pick. For real, I'm for real, because that's how evil the oppressor is. Real talk. Give me that. Give me 31.
Verse 31.
Yep.
Thine ox shall be slain before thine eyes.
So your ox is gonna be slain before your eyes. That happened to the Hispanic to the Native American brothers. The Native American brothers used to sleep with used to take the buffalo hide and wrap it up. That was their clothing and stuff like that. They used to eat the ox, right?
Right.
But then the white man came and destroyed all the ox and didn't even use it, just killed them. Just killed them. Why? Because he's the devil that the Bible speak about.
Right.
Keep going.
And thou shalt not eat thereof.
Uh-huh.
Thine ass shall be violently taken.
So, and they came and took all their farm animals. Your ass, your donkey, your mule that you used to carry stuff on, and you know what I mean? They came and took it from you. Keep going. Violently, though.
Away from before thy face.
Uh-huh.
And shall not be restored to thee.
And they didn't give them back. They just took them. They just took them. This is mine, boy. What? What? You think has the Most High repaid judgment to them? No. So he's gonna give the Black, Hispanic, and Native man justice. That's what the Most High gonna do. Trust that.
Right.
Right? Because my God is a righteous God. Right? Keep going.
Thy sheep shall be given unto thine enemies.
Our sheep should be given unto thy enemies. So they came and took the sheep also. Probably cut the sheep's wool, made all types of different what would you call it? Made all types of different clothing with it, and nice, beautiful jackets and stuff to keep warm with. And they didn't give you none of it. And that's your sheep. You raised that sheep, fed it, gave it a name. I don't know what names they give sheep, but probably Wally or something. You know what I mean? You know, we creative with names. Keep going.
And thou shalt have none to rescue them.
No.
Verse 32.
And thou shalt not have none to rescue them. So you won't have none. You won't be able to get the might in your hands to go rescue your sheep, your ox, right? You won't be able to go rescue your ass, your donkeys. You won't be able to, because you wouldn't have no power in your hands. Because remember, they got the guns, right? They came with the cannonballs. Boom. They came with tools of destruction. They never gave you. They never have no tools of no tools of plenty of being plentiful. They have only tools of destruction. That's what that nuclear bomb came in. That's why they don't want nobody else to have a nuclear bomb,
right? But
the so-called white man. But the so-called white man. If anybody get close to a nuclear bomb, they'll best believe they finna come set up revolution in your country. That's what they call it. They call it revolution. Even though everything is okay there now, but then they want to come set up something like, oh, we don't want them in power, so they can't be in power, and they always fund the people that's opposite of the government, give them weapons and stuff like that, just like they did with Osama bin Laden. Osama bin Laden, the Russians was coming in Saudi Arabia. They funded Osama bin Laden, gave him money, gave him training, gave him weapons to fight against the Russians. Then when all that was done, they turned their eyes to Osama bin Laden, like, We're
gonna blame you now.
Yeah, now we finna blame you, and now we finna go get you. Because they're the devil that the Bible speak of, man. They're deceivers. They're deceivers. Keep going.
Verse 12. So like verse 32.
Uh-huh.
Thy sons and thy daughters shall be given unto another people.
Wait, did that happen?
Yeah.
That happened. Remember when in slavery in the auction block, they separated the mother from the father. They separated the children from the mother and the father. That's happening now down there at the border. They're separating mother from father, and they separating the kids from the mother and the father. Mm-hmm. They separating them, man, and they're still missing like 500. There's like 500 kids or something that's missing, right? The kids are missing. Mm-hmm. That's down there at the border. So how are you gonna say how you gonna say Hispanics ain't Israelites when this curse right here belongs to them too? How you say that they're not Israelites? Even the brothers here, I mean, even the Hispanics here, right? The so-called Hispanics here, they subservient to child protective services just like black men. Just like the Native American man is subservient to Child Protective Services. Let's say somebody calls and say, "Oh, I think they doing that child wrong." CPS would be all up in your ish, trying to take kids away and stuff like that. Ain't nothing to, but I ain't do nothing to nobody. You know what I'm saying? But nah, they're gonna come and see. They're gonna come and see about that. And they're gonna take the kids away from you. The devil, man. The devil, because they don't think that you're doing the kids right, man. Bump that.
Right.
Bump that. They're the devil, man. Real talk. Keep going.
And thine eyes shall look and fail with longing for them all the day long.
So you're gonna look for your children all the day long, right? You're gonna look for your children and you ain't gonna be able to find them. And you're gonna feel some type of way, like, oh, like you failed as a parent. You didn't fail as a parent. The devil is just good at being a devil. What you should do is turn back to the Most High and turn back to the law, statutes, and commandments, and then the Lord will give you your children back.
Right.
Because the Lord is the one that gave them the power to take it away from you. They didn't get the power just because they're good, they're righteous or something like that.
Right.
They got the power because you disobeyed your God. Keep going.
And there shall be no might in thine hand.
Yeah, and you didn't have no power in your hands, black man, Hispanic man. You didn't have no power in your hands. Keep going.
That's in that verse 33.
Oh, yeah. You okay? My bad.
No, sorry.
No. Let's end it right there. And I know where we ended it at, and we'll pick up next week on history class.
Con.
You got the what do you call it? The security announcements.
Yeah, let me get that real quick.
And what did we just prove, black man, Hispanic man, Native American man? That these curses right here show that you are the real Israelites. And we're not done. There's a lot of more curses that's in tune with you, with us, black man, Hispanic man. They're in tune with us because they are us. And it's called a generational curse. And we're going to get that next week. So y'all need to tune in and make sure you like and share the class. Like and share the class. That's and right. Yeah, make sure you like and share the class. You got it?
Come.
All right, go ahead.
I.S.U.P.K security announcements. We are the I.S.U.P.K, starting out of 1 West, 125th Street, Harlem, New York. Rule for new brother and sister. When a new brother or sister comes into the school, they are off limits for 6 months. They are to be saluted only. They are here to shed themselves of the world. If they need transportation, the teacher will arrange it. After 6 months, if a brother or sister has an interest in a particular person, he or she must get permission from the head to speak to a brother or sister. There is another 6 months in which the brother and sister will court each other. After this 6-month period, the brother and sister will get permission from the head to marry. Tithes, which is a commandment found in the book of Numbers, chapter 18, verse 21. Malachi chapter 3, verses 8 through 10, means 10th in the Hebrew, ma'ashara. 10% of every penny of any increase the Lord gives you, give to the treasury department or the teacher. Priest fund, free will offerings for priests, not mandatory. Whatsoever amount you would like. Upcoming holy convocations. The Passover, Feast of Unleavened Bread, the 15th day of the first month for 7 days. April 24th, 2021 at sundown. Found in the book of Exodus, chapter 12, verses 17 through 20. Leviticus chapter 23, verses 6 through 8. Was there any other convocations that we want to bring up?
No, you good.
Okay.
Oh, the Feast of Purim. The Feast of Purim is today. I mean, not today. The 28th.
28th.
I think it's the 28th. Yeah, the 28th. Go ahead, but keep going.
All right. If anyone wants to be a trooper in the school, start wearing all black. Boots, shirt, pant, headband, and scarf.
That wraps up the security announcements.
All
right, Shalom, Israel.
You about to go to the restroom?
Yes.
What it do?
Good shit, man.
You know. Cult leader. Yeah. We speak the truth, but we a cult leader. bitch, I'm a cult leader. Yeah. Well, bitch, I'm a cult leader.
It's Kool-Aid, a nigga that sip the Kool-Aid. That LaFraud single barrel and goose egg. Got the coke going up on a Tuesday. Roast the false prophet like a gourmet souffle. Cause me don't souffle, spirit gun like I.S.U.P.K. Nigga might run up in that black face like Gucci. Boycott a cracker, kill your favorite rapper. Cause I run with G's like a Green Bay Packer. I chop a Christian like a new machete. When you religionist, they look at you like R. Kelly. Still these women wanna do me like I'm Akinelli. West Coast sisters love me like a Machiavelli. Make these crackers lick the dust of our boots. We want no cowards in our camp and we ain't taking recruits. My crew the loudest, y'all suckers this the jobbers. Niggas run their lips but they bitch y'all wouldn't try us. Nah, I ain't the same cat who used to break laws. They just rather see me as the same cause. Some rather remain lost. My brain washed with these stained thoughts. I be repping for my niggas riding for the same cause. Cult leader. Yeah. Well, bitch, then I'm a cult leader. Yeah. Better ask somebody, bitch.
Cult leader.
Yeah.